In 1960, to his mum's great delight, Chas became a professional musician. A year later, he joined the Outlaws, a successful band who toured with the Beatles.
We were topping the bill, Mike Berry and the Outlaws, and the Beatles were supporting. And the main thing that impressed was their harmonies and that they all had high voices. I remember thinking, well, their playing ain't as good as the Outlaws, but they can really sing.
Alongside Chas in the Outlaws was guitarist Ritchie Blackmore, later to find fame with Deep Purple. The Outlaws were managed by one of the first independent producers in the country, legendary innovator Joe Meek.
Lots of English musicians cut their teeth playing with Joe Meek. A slightly strange man by all accounts, very eccentric. He sort of created his own little fantasy world based in this very, very ramshackle homemade studio he had.
It was just like literally knee-deep in bits of tape. It really was. It was just like, it was amazing to me. I loved it.
He helped to popularise, if not invent, lots of techniques that we now take for granted, such as overdubbing and treating sounds and getting special sound effects and so forth.
I learnt so much off Joe Meek. I mean, I can remember we did an instrumental called Swinging Low, the Outlaws. Down, 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 down. And we did about 7 or 8 takes, I suppose, and Joe Meek said, that's it. I thought, well, we ain't got one where we're all playing good in it. He went, don't worry about it. He said, I'll sort that. And I really didn't know what he meant. I didn't know anything about editing at all. Didn't know it existed. Then he showed me, he said, oh, well, you just get the tape like that. Cut that out, that's your bass right there. Anyway, we came back a week later. He said, yeah, I said, play your latest single. He said, this is going to be a hit. And it did, actually. He got in the top 50 anyway.
But for all his skills as a producer, Joe Meek was not a trained musician.
He knew what he wanted. He had a very good commercial ear in his way, but he couldn't play anything, and he couldn't sing in tune. And I was pretty good at figuring out what he meant. He would sing his tune. He knew what he meant, but he would be completely out of tune. He'd go off key. And then he would give it to me, this demo, and say, here's my latest song, Chas, can you work it out for the boys, write the chords out and that. I would go home and then try and decipher what he meant, write down the chords and come back and teach the guitar player the melody, and away we'd go.
In 1963, the Outlaws went on camera for Live It Up, a feature film promoting Joe Meek's up-and-coming bands.
I was pretty bored, really, because that day we had been given the chance to go on tour with Jerry Lee Lewis as his backing band. Now, you can imagine me, like 2 years later after I'd seen him, I'm now going to be in his band playing bass for him. And they kept going, oh, well, do another take. And I thought, we've got to get up there because we've got to have a rehearsal with him. And it just went on and went on and went on. We finally got away and got up and had a 10-minute rehearsal with Jerry Lee.
Thank you very, very much.
I wasn't walking, I was floating. And throughout that tour, the Jerry Lee Lewis tour, because couldn't have been with him at a better time. He weren't on drugs, and he was playing absolutely fantastic. Better than he was in the 50s.
Oh, now the shaking going on. Come on over, baby. We got chicken at the bar. Woo, honey. Come on over, baby. Jerry's got the food by the home. Yeah, and I ain't baking. I got the whole lot of shaking going on.
And I always quote that Jerry Lee taught me the piano, which he did, but he didn't know he was teaching me the piano. It was just like, I'm watching him and think, hey, yeah, that's how he... Little things like all that shaking.
A lot of shaking going on.
So I learnt such a lot on that tour, piano playing.
Was it like work?
Nah, at all. It ain't now. When people go, it's got plenty of work. I say, I don't work, I play the piano. No, it's not work at all.
Please,